Today, we're diving headfirst into the often overlooked world of food processing. Have you ever wondered what truly goes into the production of your favorite foods? From hot dogs to crispy chicken nuggets, the shocking truth behind how they're made may leave you speechless. In this revealing video, we're uncovering the disturbing facts behind 10 popular foods. Get ready to be surprised, and maybe even a little grossed out, as we expose the secrets that might make you reconsider your next meal. Before we begin, make sure you're subscribed and have that notification bell turned on. You won't want to miss out on the eye-opening facts we're about to uncover. Are you ready to see what's really lurking in your pantry? Let's get started. Number 10. Let's be honest, who doesn't love a good, crispy chicken nugget? They're a staple in many households, but what exactly makes that nugget so nuggety? Well, prepare to be surprised, because the journey from farm to fryer might make you lose your appetite. The truth is, many chicken nuggets aren't made from those perfectly shaped chicken breasts you might imagine. Instead, they often start with something called mechanically separated chicken. Now, while that might sound like a fancy term, it's actually a rather unappetizing process. Imagine this. Leftover chicken scraps, including bones, skin, and cartilage, are ground into a paste-like substance. This paste, my friends, forms the base of many chicken nuggets. Appetizing, right? Don't worry, it gets better. To make this paste palatable and resemble the chicken nuggets we know and love, a cocktail of additives is introduced. We're talking flavor enhancers, binders, and preservatives, all designed to mask the true nature of this processed concoction. Number 9. Hot dogs. A backyard barbecue staple, a classic ballpark snack. But have you ever stopped to wonder what exactly gives these cylindrical treats their unique flavor and texture? Well, buckle up, because the truth might make you think twice before taking another bite. Hot dogs are crafted from a mixture of leftover meat trimmings, often referred to as mechanically separated meat. This means that after the desirable cuts of meat, like steaks and roasts, are removed, the remaining scraps, including fat, tendons, and cartilage, are used to create these ubiquitous sausages. Now, before you swear off hot dogs forever, it's important to note that using these trimmings isn't inherently bad. In fact, it's a way to reduce food waste and utilize as much of the animal as possible. However, it's what happens next that raises some eyebrows. To transform these meat trimmings into a uniform, sausage-like consistency, manufacturers often rely on a combination of fillers, binders, and preservatives. These additives help to create the desired texture, enhance flavor, and extend the hot dog's shelf life. Number 8. Alright, let's talk imitation crab meat. You know, that reddish-orange stuff that shows up in sushi rolls and California salads? You might be surprised to learn that it's not actually crab at all. The main ingredient is something called surimi. So what is surimi? Imagine taking white-fleshed fish, grinding it up, and then washing it repeatedly until you're left with a flavorless paste. That, my friends, is surimi. It's essentially a blank canvas for food manufacturers to work with. Now, while surimi itself isn't inherently bad, the process of making it involves using a lot of fish that you might not typically eat on its own. Think pollock, hake, or even whiting. These fish are often caught in massive nets, which can lead to overfishing and harm marine ecosystems. But wait, there's more! To transform this bland fish paste into something resembling crab meat, manufacturers add a cocktail of ingredients. We're talking starch, sugar, salt, egg whites, and artificial flavors. These additives help to mimic the texture and taste of real crab, but at what cost? Number 7. Let's dive into the world of artificial sweeteners. These sugar substitutes promise guilt-free sweetness, but are they too good to be true? Let's break it down. Artificial sweeteners are synthetically produced compounds that are hundreds, even thousands of times sweeter than sugar. They're often found in diet drinks, sugar-free foods, and even some medications. Think saccharin, aspartame, sucralose, and acesulfame potassium. These are some of the usual suspects. Now, the way these sweeteners work is pretty fascinating. They basically trick your taste buds into perceiving sweetness, even though they contain little to no actual sugar. Imagine a key fitting into a lock. That's essentially what's happening when an artificial sweetener molecule binds to a sweet taste receptor on your tongue. However, unlike sugar, which provides energy to your body, artificial sweeteners are like empty calories. They pass through your system without being metabolized, meaning they don't contribute to your daily calorie intake. This might seem like a good thing, but it's not that simple. Number 6. Let's talk about everyone's favorite frozen treat, ice cream. It's creamy, it's delicious, and it's the perfect way to cool down on a hot day. But have you ever stopped to think about what actually goes into making that perfect scoop? While the basic ingredients of ice cream might seem simple, milk, cream, sugar, the commercial production process often involves a laundry list of additives, including stabilizers and emulsifiers. These ingredients play a crucial role in creating the smooth, scoopable texture we all know and love. Now, stabilizers are like the architects of ice cream structure. They prevent the formation of large ice crystals, which would otherwise make your ice cream gritty and unappetizing. Common stabilizers include guar gum, xanthan gum, and locust bean gum, all plant-based ingredients that help to create that smooth, homogeneous texture. Emulsifiers, on the other hand, are the peacemakers of the ice cream world. They prevent the fat molecules from separating from the water molecules, ensuring a creamy, consistent texture. Without emulsifiers, your ice cream would likely end up a curdled, icy mess. Number 5. All right, let's dive into something a lot of us enjoy: shrimp. Whether it's in a cocktail, grilled on a skewer, or tossed into a salad, shrimp is a versatile and beloved seafood. But have you ever wondered where your shrimp comes from? Before you order that next shrimp cocktail, we need to talk about farmed shrimp. The majority of shrimp consumed globally is farmed, not wild-caught. This means they are raised in controlled environments, often in large, densely packed pools. Now, I'm all for responsible aquaculture, but the reality is, a lot of shrimp farms aren't exactly models of sustainability. These farms are often located in coastal areas, where they can have significant environmental impacts. One of the biggest issues is the crowded conditions on these farms. Shrimp are packed into these pools at incredibly high densities, which can lead to a host of problems. Imagine thousands, sometimes even millions, of shrimp packed into cramped pools. This overcrowding can cause stress and make the shrimp more susceptible to diseases. This creates a breeding ground for diseases, and to combat that, many farms resort to using antibiotics. These antibiotics are often administered in large quantities to prevent outbreaks. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but I clean my shrimp and I cook it thoroughly. And that's great. Proper cleaning and cooking can reduce the risk of foodborne illnesses. But the problem is, antibiotic use in aquaculture can contribute to the larger problem of antibiotic resistance. This is when bacteria evolve to become resistant to the antibiotics we use to treat infections. It's a complex issue, but essentially, overuse of antibiotics can lead to the development of superbugs, which are bacteria that are resistant to multiple types of antibiotics. These superbugs can pose a serious threat to human health. These cramped conditions also mean a lot of waste, which can pollute the surrounding water and harm other marine life. The waste from shrimp farms can contain uneaten food, feces, and chemicals, all of which can degrade water quality. Plus, some farms use harmful chemicals and pesticides to control disease and parasites, further impacting the environment. These chemicals can leach into the surrounding ecosystem, affecting not just the shrimp, but other marine organisms as well. Another major concern is the destruction of natural habitats. In many parts of the world, shrimp farms are established by clearing vital ecosystems like mangrove forests. These forests are crucial for coastal protection and biodiversity. So, what can we do about it? Supporting sustainable shrimp farming practices is a great start. Look for certifications like the Aquaculture Stewardship Council, ASC, or Best Aquaculture Practices, BAP, when purchasing shrimp. You can also keep an eye out for locally caught wild shrimp. As consumers, we have the power to make informed choices. By choosing shrimp from responsible sources, we can help promote better practices in the industry and reduce the environmental impact of shrimp farming. Let's enjoy our shrimp responsibly, ensuring that our love for this delicious seafood doesn't come at the cost of our planet's health. Together, we can make a difference. Number 4. Bread. It's one of the oldest and most beloved foods in human history. From ancient civilizations to modern times, bread has been a staple in our diets. The staff of life, right? It's a symbol of sustenance and comfort, bringing people together across cultures and generations. A simple pleasure, a comforting staple. There's nothing quite like the smell of freshly baked bread, the sound of a crusty loaf being sliced, or the taste of warm bread with a pat of butter. But what about that packaged bread we often grab from the grocery store shelves? It's convenient, sure, but have you ever stopped to think about what's inside? While convenient, it often contains a few ingredients you might not expect. Ingredients that you wouldn't find in a traditional loaf of bread baked at home. Have you ever wondered how packaged bread manages to stay soft and mold-free for so long? Well, one word: preservatives. These are added to extend the shelf life of the bread. These chemicals prevent the bread from going stale or growing mold. But what exactly are these preservatives, and are they safe for us to consume regularly? While they might seem harmless, some studies suggest that certain preservatives might disrupt our gut health. Our gut is home to trillions of bacteria that play a crucial role in our overall health. And it's not just preservatives. Packaged bread often contains other additives as well. Dough conditioners are another common additive in packaged bread. These are used to improve the texture, rise, and overall appearance of the bread. But at what cost? Some dough conditioners contain chemicals that some people are sensitive to. These can cause allergic reactions or other health issues in sensitive individuals. Now, I'm not saying you need to swear off packaged bread entirely. It's all about balance and making informed choices. But it's important to be aware of what's in the food we consume. Reading labels is key. By understanding what's in our food, we can make better choices for our health. Look for bread with shorter ingredient lists, ideally with ingredients you can recognize and pronounce. The fewer the ingredients, the closer it is to homemade, and the better it is for you. And if you have the time, why not try baking your own bread at home? It's a rewarding experience, and you have complete control over what goes into it. Whether you choose to buy packaged bread or bake your own, the most important thing is to enjoy it. After all, bread is meant to be a source of joy and nourishment. Number 3, let's talk cheese. Who doesn't love a gooey grilled cheese or a cheesy slice of pizza? But here's the thing, not all cheese is created equal. In fact, some of the cheese we encounter, especially the processed kind, might not even technically be considered cheese. Processed cheese, often found in individually wrapped slices or jars, undergoes a significant transformation from its natural state. To create that smooth, melt-in-your-mouth texture, manufacturers add emulsifiers. These additives prevent the cheese fats from separating, ensuring a consistent texture. While emulsifiers might sound intimidating, they're generally considered safe for consumption. However, some studies suggest that certain emulsifiers might disrupt the balance of bacteria in our gut, potentially leading to digestive issues. And then there's the issue of color. Have you ever noticed how vibrantly orange some processed cheese can be? That's often due to the addition of artificial coloring, added to achieve a consistent and appealing color. Number 2. Alright guys, let's talk about canned soup. It's convenient, it's a pantry staple, but it's hiding a dirty little secret. A whole lot of sodium. And I'm not just talking about a pinch, I'm talking about levels that would make a salt shaker blush. Now, I'm all for flavor, but the amount of sodium in some of these soups is just ridiculous. We're talking about a single serving containing over half your recommended daily intake. And let's be honest, who actually sticks to just one serving of soup? Excessive sodium intake can lead to high blood pressure, a major risk factor for heart disease and stroke. And it's not just your heart that suffers. Your kidneys have to work overtime to filter out all that extra salt, putting unnecessary strain on these vital organs. So next time you're reaching for that can of soup, take a good look at the sodium content. You might be surprised at what you find, and it might just make you reconsider your lunch choice. Number 1. Frozen dinners. They promise quick, easy meals, but what's really lurking beneath that convenient plastic tray? These meals are often marketed as the perfect solution for busy individuals who don't have the time to cook. But have you ever stopped to think about what you're actually consuming when you pop one of these into the microwave? Let's just say, it's not always as wholesome as the pictures on the box might lead you to believe. Those mouth-watering images are designed to entice you, but the reality inside the box can be quite different. The glossy photos often hide a less appealing truth. One of the biggest offenders in frozen dinners is the sheer amount of preservatives they contain. These preservatives are added to extend the shelf life of the product, ensuring it stays fresh for months on end. But what exactly are these chemicals doing to your body? These chemicals are designed to prevent spoilage and keep the food looking fresh, even after months in the freezer. While this might sound like a good thing, the reality is far more complex. The process of preserving food in this way often involves substances that can be harmful to your health. But here's the catch. Many of these preservatives have been linked to negative health effects. For instance, some common preservatives have been associated with an increased risk of developing certain health conditions. It's a trade-off between convenience and potential long-term health risks. Some studies suggest links to certain cancers, raising serious concerns about the safety of these additives. The research is ongoing, but the preliminary findings are enough to make anyone think twice about their frozen meal choices, while others raise concerns about their impact on gut health and hormone levels. The gut is often referred to as the body's second brain, and maintaining its health is crucial for overall well-being. Disrupting this delicate balance with artificial preservatives can have far-reaching consequences. Now, I understand that life gets busy, and sometimes a frozen dinner seems like the only option. After a long day at work, the last thing you might want to do is spend hours in the kitchen. But it's important to weigh the convenience against the potential health risks. But it's crucial to be aware of what you're putting into your body. Taking a few extra minutes to prepare a simple, healthy meal can make a world of difference in the long run. Your body will thank you for it. Another red flag with frozen dinners is the often mile-long ingredient list. These lists can be overwhelming and filled with unpronounceable names. It's a clear indicator that the food has been heavily processed. And trust me, it's not just fancy herbs and spices they're adding in there. We're talking artificial flavors, which are designed to trick your taste buds into thinking you're eating something delicious. But these flavors are far from natural. Colors and textures, all designed to mimic the taste and appearance of real food. These artificial additives can make the food look more appealing, but they come with their own set of problems. Our bodies often have a hard time recognizing and processing them. This can lead to a range of health issues, such as digestive issues, inflammation, and a host of other problems. Our bodies are designed to process natural foods, not synthetic imitations. Chronic inflammation is a precursor to many serious health conditions, including heart disease and diabetes. Over time, the cumulative effect of consuming these artificial ingredients can take a toll on your body, leading to chronic health issues that require medical intervention. And let's not forget about the hidden sugars lurking in many frozen meals. Sugar is often added to enhance flavor and improve texture, but it's not always listed in an obvious way on the ingredient list. Manufacturers often add sugar to enhance flavor and improve texture, making the food more palatable. But this added sweetness comes at a cost. It can contribute to weight gain, blood sugar spikes, and increase your risk of chronic diseases. Excessive sugar consumption is a major factor in the rise of obesity and diabetes. It's a vicious cycle. The more sugar you consume, the more your body craves it, leading to a never-ending loop of unhealthy eating habits. So, the next time you're staring into the frozen food aisle, take a moment to consider the long-term impact of your choices. It's easy to be swayed by the convenience and attractive packaging, but your health is worth more than a quick meal. Take a moment to read the ingredient list. Educating yourself about what's in your food is the first step towards making healthier choices. Knowledge is power, and in this case, it can be the key to a healthier life. If you can't pronounce half the ingredients or the list is longer than your arm, it's probably a good idea to leave that meal in the freezer. Opt for fresh, whole foods whenever possible. Your body will thank you for it. Making small changes in your diet can lead to significant improvements in your health. So, next time, think twice before reaching for that frozen dinner. Your future self will be grateful. Well, there you have it, folks. We've journeyed through the underbelly of the food industry, exposing the truth behind some of your favorite snacks and meals. It might not always be pretty, but knowledge is power. Remember, the goal isn't to scare you into never enjoying these foods again. It's about empowering you to make informed choices. By understanding how these foods are made and the potential downsides, you can make decisions that align with your health goals. Thank you for watching. If you found this video eye-opening, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more content that reveals the truth behind everyday foods. Stay informed and stay healthy.